It is 15 degrees out here in Manhattan, but it feels like 2. It's too cold to be filming out here. Let's go inside.
Yeah, there's a significant lack of real fruit inside this MacBook Pro. Look at this, alright? Comes in nice packaging. Be honest, wasn't the greatest unveiling you've ever seen?
Apple turnovers!
Pepperidge Farm have like a monopoly.
Of what? Pepperidge?
On the apple turnover industry. We gotta fight big apple turnover. It's like Big Pharma, but much more important.
Much more nefarious. I woke up with this sty in my eye. I might be wearing glasses as an homage to Casey and to cover this situation up. My mom's she's a doctor, my dad's a door-to-door salesman. And he sells doors. Sort of lives up there in Knox. Pretty cool. This was the first time I ever did stand-up comedy. This was actually one of the first jokes I ever wrote. It was at a comedy night that my Israeli Gap Year program was hosting during Hanukkah in 2016. It was a blast, but clearly you could see that my stage presence wasn't the best, my writing wasn't great, I was saying a lot of ums. It was the first time, it was a good time. Now this is me today. Let's play the tape.
J&J, which is the vaccination equivalent of an associate's degree. It's like half the time, but all the regret. Yeah. I got vaccinated in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Like half the population isn't vaccinated and half the population is related.
I have been listening to comedy all my life. Jim Gaffigan, Mitch Hedberg, Louis C.K., Bill Burr. I analyze their styles, their form, their writing, their craft in a real, studious way. So today, I want to unpack the thought in writing behind a joke that I wrote this week. I need more toilet paper. This is my notebook. It's where I write out the order which I perform my jokes before a show. It's also where many of my jokes get written. I also write on my phone or on a cafe napkin because you never know when funny's gonna strike. Sometimes it starts with a simple topic, like circumcision.
My nephew's getting the tip of his penis cut off tomorrow. He's getting circumcised. I don't know how I feel about it, in part because I'm the videographer.
Now, jokes are born in different ways each time you write. So when I show you how this following joke was written, it by no means is the standard way of how a joke was bred. It started when I wanted to show a friend of mine a clip of another friend of mine who happens to be a stand-up comedian and was on America's Got Talent.
On the elevator the other day, I farted, I laughed. Then the door opened, a pretty girl came on, I was like, that's not funny anymore. Then it was my stop, I got off, door shut, she stuck with a fart, funny again.
While sending that, I thought to myself, I like the math of that joke. Almost better than the joke itself. Oh, this is funny, now it's not funny, because of a change of circumstance. Then it's funny again, then it's not funny. I wrote a bunch of premises out, but ultimately I thought they sounded all too similar to Sam's original joke. So I took a different angle on drugs. Like my initial premise was, how come only fun drugs are illegal? Like you could buy rat poison at any store, but for some reason, once you put the word magic in front of mushrooms, it's a crime. But I ultimately thought I had to do something a little bit different. I thought about how drugs are sometimes deemed as dangerous, but then at other times, sometimes deemed as fun, but purely based on how old you are. If you think about like a baby on drugs, you think that's terrible, like the parents are terrible. But then if you think about like a high schooler who knows where to buy the best weed, suddenly that's like the coolest kid in the school. So how do I put those things together? How do I create a story out of that?
Please give it up for Shuey!
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna end on this. This is a new one. Drugs are weird. Because, like, how cool you are when you do drugs changes with how old you are. You know? Let me explain. Like, a crack baby, not cool. But doing cocaine in high school, cool. Find out your mom does cocaine, not cool. Find out grandma does cocaine, that's the coolest grandma ever. Thank you guys.
As you can see, our jokes, me and Sam's joke, have a similar equation using that math of this is not funny, now it's funny. Now this is not funny, but then it's funny again. I basically just took the rhythm or how you talk about an idea and how you poke at it and addressed an entirely different topic that I found funny in my head. And that's how I wrote a joke this week. Hope it was enjoyable.